So, Vegapunk's broadcast has finally began, and his first announcement was the one that shook the entire world at its core. If that was just the beginning, just what more does he intend on telling the world? Will we finally get to learn the secrets that the world government has been hiding from us? That's right! Now, after a long-waited break, Oda came back swinging, with Vegapunk announcing that the world as people know it is going to sink into the sea. We all expected Vegapunk to talk about some important stuff, right? Or even reveal the secrets that the world government has been hiding from everyone. But no one expected this. I mean, the whole world is sinking. How does one even process that information? And it looks like that little piece of information isn't all that Vegapunk is planning on telling the world. After all, the purpose of the broadcast couldn't be just to announce that the world is sinking. I feel like him announcing that the world is sinking is only the beginning of what is to come, and that he is ready to reveal even more to the world than what Clover did. So let's talk about what else Vegapunk plans on telling the world. Just why are the elders and Emu worried about the broadcast so much? Let's discuss. Ever since Vegapunk announced that the world is sinking into the sea, fans of One Piece all around the world have been wondering what else the mad scientist is going to be talking about. So let's take a look at the things Vegapunk might be planning on telling the entire world. I mean, he's dead now, and the Gorosei have failed to stop the broadcast, so there is nothing else that can be done to stop him. But what exactly is he going to talk about now? Well, for once, since this is Vegapunk's final message to the world, he's going to be holding nothing back. So the next thing that makes most sense to talk about is the Void Century. I mean, he is planning on exposing the secrets of the world government to everyone. So why not start with the biggest one there is? And there is no bigger secret that the world government is hiding than the Void Century. I mean, there is next to nothing we know about the mysterious Void Century, and it makes sense. The world governments did everything in their power to ensure that all the information about the Void Century was kept a secret. And even talking about it was made a crime so that people wouldn't talk about it. A century-long period that was forbidden from being studied all around the world, or all over the world. The truth of the world will be revealed to anyone who learned about the Void Century, which is why the world governments tried their best to erase any records about those 100 years from existence. But why would the world government go ahead or go to such lengths to stop anyone from learning about the Void Century? Maybe it has to do with the ancient kingdom that existed during the Void Century. Even Vegapunk mentions it throughout the story, and he talks about how most of his inventions were made by reverse engineering the technology left behind by that kingdom. And Vegapunk's inventions are some of the greatest innovations in the world. To think that a kingdom existed that made such incredible inventions all that time ago. If you think about it even more, it makes sense that the next thing Vegapunk is going to be talking about is the Void Century, because this is what he said right at the beginning of the broadcast. And that is, he's going to reveal the truth about the world. Now, haven't we all heard about this before? That's right. Whenever the Void Century has been mentioned, we've been told that learning the truth about the Void Century will reveal the truth about the whole world. We know that Vegapunk intends on revealing the truth about the whole world to everyone. So the next thing he's going to talk about is definitely going to be the Void Century. Working so closely with the world government, it's possible that Vegapunk himself uncovered the secrets of the Void Century long ago and just couldn't talk about it. But now that he's passed away, there's nothing stopping him from telling everyone about it. Even from a narrative perspective, it makes sense to finally shed some light on the mystery that is the Void Century. One Piece has finally entered its final saga, and there still isn't much we know about that era. So it's finally time for Oda to spill the beans. And there's no better way to do this than that. Vegapunk has worked closely with the world government, so it makes sense that he would know about the Void Century to some extent. The Great War, the mysterious kingdom, and the truth of the world are all tied to the Void Century and is the creation of the world government. So revealing anything about the Void Century would be the biggest reveal in the history of One Piece. Even more than when Whitebeard revealed that the One Piece is real. But those aren't the only things that are tied to the Void Century. If you've been following One Piece for a while now, you know about the legendary warrior of liberation, the one and only JoyBoy. That's right. If Vegapunk decides to reveal the secrets of the Void Century to the world, there's no way he's going to be skipping over this legendary figure. Arguably one of the most important people in the history of the world. JoyBoy is the person that started it all. You could even go as far as to say that One Piece wouldn't exist if it wasn't for him. But despite his importance, just like the Void Century, there's not a lot we know about this mysterious figure. Even after we found out that Luffy was the reincarnation of JoyBoy, we haven't gotten to know anything new about this mysterious figure. The only things we know is that he was around during the Void Century and that he was the one who left the One Piece on Laugh Tale and that he had a connection with multiple nations. Not only that, but it looks like JoyBoy had allies that are still alive to this day. For one, the giant mysterious elephant known as Zunisha and the giant iron robot that is making its way to Egghead Island. Even places like Skypiea and Fishman Island seem to have a history with JoyBoy. With the people of Fishman Island still waiting for him to come and fulfill his promise to them, there's still a lot of mystery surrounding JoyBoy. But it looks like Vegapunk might just be giving us some information about him now. With his broadcast ongoing, Vegapunk is ready to talk about everything that the world government has tried to hide. If Vegapunk is going to be talking about the Void Century, then it makes sense that he's going to be talking about JoyBoy as well. Now, that's two of the things that the world government wants to hide from everyone. Because right now, most people believe that JoyBoy is a figure of myth and that he is not real. But once Vegapunk starts talk about him and the Void Century, more people are going to believe that JoyBoy is real. Like, can you imagine the amount of chaos that will cause? I know the world government are all for destroying nations for just mentioning the Void Century and JoyBoy, but how would they destroy the entire world when Vegapunk reveals this to them? Are they finally going to use the Mother Flame? Ever since Luffy defeated Kaido, the tale of JoyBoy has spread far and wide, but when Vegapunk talks about him in his broadcast, every single person in the world is going to learn about the legendary warrior of liberation. But that might not be all that Vegapunk will talk about in his broadcast. Working so closely with the world government and having all of his inventions being used by them, it's also possible that Vegapunk will talk about how his inventions can be stopped. But that's not all. We could also learn about how the Gorosei's powers work and even the truth about devil fruits. Vegapunk closely knows more about devil fruits than anyone else. It's possible that the Gorosei's mysterious powers are because of Vegapunk. I highly doubt that. That way, he could tell the inner workings of the Gorosei's powers and reveal to the world how to defeat them. Not only that, since most of the world government's equipment or weapons, including the all-powerful Mother Flame, are inventions of Vegapunk himself, at the start of the broadcast, Vegapunk apologized for whatever bad he had done. And this could be his way of seeking forgiveness for his action. The Mother Flame is one of the biggest and most dangerous inventions of Vegapunk, and in the hands of the world government, it is possibly one of the biggest threats to everyone around the world. We already saw what happened when it was used on Lulusia. I mean, the power to destroy entire islands in the palm of their hands. That is straight up terrifying. And the only thing powering the weapon is the power plant on Egghead Island, or Punk Records. This is why the elders couldn't stop Vegapunk's broadcast. The only way to do it is to blow up the lab along with the power plant. But without the plant, there will be no Mother Flame. As a final act of seeking forgiveness, it's possible that Vegapunk will end up destroying the power plant himself. Probably has a bomb set up and everything. Everything is rigged, since his greatest regret is causing harm to others. It's possible that Vegapunk might end up destroying the plant at the end of his broadcast. And what an ending will it be, right? The mad scientist using his final act to make sure that the world government can't use the Mother Flame to harm someone else ever again. Now that is a legacy that Vegapunk would love to leave behind. And then the world wouldn't be afraid to rebel against the world government, since their greatest weapon would be out of the picture. But they still got the admirals, vice admirals, holy knights, and they still loaded. But anyway, speaking of rebellion against the world government, people around the world have been oppressed by the world government again and again. And even if they haven't, there's a lot of places which have not heard about the cruelty of the people ruling them. But Vegapunk is about to change all of that with his broadcast. What do you think is going to happen once he spills the beans? When the world learns the truth about the world government, there's no way people are going to sit silent and let things go the way they are. When the cruelty of the world government is revealed, the whole world is going to be in chaos. Whether Vegapunk intends it or not, this broadcast is going to be the first step towards the undoing of the world government. And what a sight is going to be. The whole world rebelling against their rulers. The Gorosei and Imu are going to be pissed once that happens. And Vegapunk is going to be right at the center of it all. It's possible that Vegapunk will end his broadcast with a call to rebel against the world government. Or, at the very least, his broadcast will be the reason everyone starts rebelling against them, since the mad scientist might be planning on revealing the world's government's cruelty to everyone as well. After all, the world governments didn't come to being in a single day. However the world governments came to be, it's clear that Imu and the Gorosei don't want anyone else knowing about it. Why else would they want to stop Vegapunk's broadcast at all costs? Whatever happens next, there's one thing we know for sure, and that is Vegapunk's broadcast is going to change the world as we know it, because just his first revelation was enough to shake the world to its core. If that is how his entire broadcast is going to be like, then rest assured that the world government and Imu will be shaking in their boots until the very end. Hopefully Oda doesn't come up with another cliffhanger and we finally get to hear the whole of Vegapunk's broadcast or message in the next chapter. And with that, I'm going to be taking my leave. But don't forget to drop a bomb on the subscribe button, just like how Vegapunk did on the whole world. Until then, it's your boy Pirate Sensei, setting sail, signing out. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Love you guys. Peace.